comes next with your host, Jackie Doucette.
Today, I'm really excited. I'm joined by Lucie Rosa Stagi. And I met Lucie online because when she was looking for people to interview herself, because she's got a business that she's running, and it's how to build an online business for baby boomers. So it's kind of the same group of people that I'm involved in, that you guys are all part of. And I figured that this would be a great way to spread the word a little bit about what Lucie's doing and get to know her a little bit better. So Lucie, thanks for joining me.
Well, thank you, Jackie, for having me. It's a delight to be here. Thank you, and thank you, everybody. And here we are, Jackie.
So let's talk a little bit about you first. A little bit of your background, how you ended up doing the things you're doing, and where you are, that sort of thing.
Well, first of all, let me start with the end. I'm living in Mexico because I retired here. And I'm originally from Canada. I was born in Canada, but lived most of my life in the United States, in San Francisco, actually New York City first and then San Francisco. And I'm a retired teacher. I taught languages in, a college prep high school for years. And then I retired from that. And then, in 2008, if everybody remembers, the economy in the United States went down. It took a spiral down. And so all of a sudden I had retired and I found myself having to go back to work. So I thought, well, I'll go back to the public school system and make a difference there. That was a mistake. And so I spent another 5 years, and then that's when I retired to Mexico. So, when I retired, I wanted to do what most people want to do when they retire. I wanted to do nothing. I just wanted to be. And so that's what I did. I just was being for about 10 years. And for me, that meant, okay, I'm going to now do the things that I've always wanted to do that I've never had the time to do. And one of those things was playing tennis. So I started to learn how to play tennis. And I really love the sport. And then the other thing that I wanted to do I wanted to keep those neurons going. So I used to, when I was in college, I used to play bridge, but I decided that I was going to do duplicate bridge because that was even more difficult. I don't know why I always went for the difficult stuff, but that was me. And so, so I started playing duplicate bridge for my mind and playing tennis to keep my body in shape because I don't like to go to gyms and whatnot. And so, after a while, after 8 years, 9 years of just being, and all of a sudden I thought, it's time for me to get back. Here I am, I'm young, I feel full of life, I'm healthy. There's things that need to be done here in the village where I live, especially the octogenarians who have been living here for 20, 25 years. What's happening with them is that a lot of people are coming into the village. A lot of people, their sons and daughters are coming in and worried about them because they're 80 years old now. And they want them to go back to the States or go back to Canada so that they can be close to them. Well, what does that mean for these people? It means that they're going to put them in an old retirement home and visit them once a week. Well, these people are full of life. So I thought that what I wanted to do was I was going to create a center, a little village for the octogenarians. So that's my biggest mission. And so then I thought, okay, one of the things that happened to me after a 10-year breakup, I found myself alone, devastated, and I financially all by myself. When you're used to having a partner or a husband, and there are two incomes, when you fall, on one income, you go, oh my God. It's a wake-up call. So I thought, okay, well, before I get to my bigger vision, maybe there's something else I can do. And of course, I turned to the online business because what I felt? I felt if I started buying online, which I did, I thought the whole world's there because I'm always the last to join anything. And so, I started, and I didn't know anything about anything all I knew was how to answer emails, how to copy and paste. That was it. I knew nothing about social media. And so it was Bob Proctor. I don't know if you're familiar with Bob Proctor, the motivator. Well,
yeah.
He's Canadian. And it was at his suggestion, not personally, but he, was talking to all his people. If you want to start an online business, here's a young man, Adrian Morrison, who is very, very successful. This is the business to get into. So I thought it was e-commerce. It was drop shipping. So I thought, I knew nothing. I said, okay, well, if he thinks it's a good idea, maybe I should try that. But I quickly hit a wall because the techie stuff started showing up, and I'm going, oh my God, now this is really online business, and I'm at a disadvantage here. So, but I worked my way through that. I did what I could. When I couldn't do it, I looked they always say online, if you don't know what to do, then find the who.
Right.
To be able to do the what.
Exactly.
So I did that. And so I got all set up with my drop shipping business. I had my Shopify store. I paid lots of money for this guru who was giving us training. My website was beautiful. I paid a lot of money for that. And just when it came time to launch my business, I had this epiphany. It was like, oh my God, I don't want to work with products. What am I doing? I want to work with people. So I had this 360 turnaround. And I just got out. I never really launched and I was glad because I never, that's not what I wanted to do. But I didn't know any better. I thought that's what you did online, e-commerce. And so,
right.
And so then the Adrian who had this academy, who was teaching me all this stuff, decided that he wanted to do an affiliate partnership because he was creating apps for Shopify. So I thought, okay, well, let me try affiliate marketing. And I didn't even know what that meant, but I knew what the word affiliate meant. And so, so I joined that program, which cost me a lot of money. I was going to be an affiliate and push this program. So I was going to be talking to, anyway, I got, through that link, I came to ClickFunnels. And ClickFunnels was a company that I got really excited about because they were talking about the new thing in marketing online. No more websites, funnels were all that you needed. And so I got in that full time, and then again, the wall, because it was pretty techie stuff. And so, but I didn't discourage. I thought, I must be on a path somewhere. So I'm being guided somewhere. And I really did feel that way. And all of a sudden I get this email from Tony Robbins, who is starting a new business, what he called his legacy. And he was going to change the world insofar as the education is concerned, that self-education is the new norm. And he felt, and it appealed to me as a teacher, because I had been looking and joining other teachers to see how can we change the traditional teaching. It just doesn't serve us anymore. It doesn't serve the kids anymore. And look at the debts that the Americans are in because of going to school, and they come out, they don't even have a chance. They have $110,000 worth of debt before they even start. And so, yeah, I thought, this makes a lot of sense. This guy knows something that I definitely want to learn about. And so I investigated, and it was a program. Okay, well, first of all, I understand that we do self-educate. We all go to Google University. We're all students of Google University. And I thought, yeah, when I want to know something, that's where I go. That's where I hear everybody say, Google it. And so I thought, okay, so I looked into the program. I bought right into the program, and I didn't do anything because I didn't really know what to do, because there was no guidance. You bought the program, so you got into the program, and I guess I would follow the program. But I learned very quickly that I am not a student of online courses, because I learned a lot from being in the classroom and mostly from other people's questions and that activity with the teacher and the other students, So this online learning for me was boring. It was lonely. It was not something that I was good at, because there was no accountability. You know, nobody's going to look at my homework. And so, you soon become, oh, well, tomorrow. It's a tomorrow game. And so, so I let it go and I watched them launch the first year. And then I watched people getting into it and who were savvy about marketing and selling this program, and who made, just before my eyes, they were just marketing and they were creating courses and they were selling their courses. And they were becoming successful, like right in front of my eyes. And I thought, well, I must be able to do that, So the second year, I was a lot more smart about it. And because we were alumni, we were just kind of grandfathered into the next year, everything free. So I was a little more serious about it. And before I knew it, in 21 days in the second launch, I made like over $5,000. I'm going, oh my God. Without even trying, and I was like flabbergasted. Oh, this does work, and I didn't even put a lot of effort into it. So that's what really started me. And then I realized that it was a question of educating myself about the knowledge industry that I've been doing. And then we're just in our third launch. We're in our last day of the third launch, and very successful. So that's a long story to tell you, but that's my career of my online business. So I call myself a digital affiliate marketer. And basically, because I don't have a product and because I don't have a service, an affiliate marketer finds a product that they love and then they market it, and that's a nice way for somebody like me to go.
That's perfect. That's what I do as well. I'm an affiliate marketer too. And so I was going to ask you that. You help people build online businesses by selling the programs to teach them how to do that. Is that right?
Well, all of a sudden I realized, okay, here I am at my age. I was able to get through this course, and this course can, it's all about extracting your expertise, your knowledge, creating a course. It could be a mess that you have in your life that you have resolved, that you could create a course around that and teach other people. There's always somebody who's going to need what you know. And so I thought, oh my God, this is I can be a bridge between the baby boomers and the online business using this Done For You course. Because if I can do it, then I can show other people how to do it. So that's what I do. And so it's not enough to just throw a course at them. You almost, have to take them through the course. And now I have a team that I work with, that I've created, and we're holding the hand and making sure that it's not another course that they're putting on the shelf, that is going to actually help them build the course that they want with the knowledge, about the knowledge that they have, and be able to sell it on the marketplace, which is a platform that is afforded to us with this program. So it's almost done for you.
So if someone comes to you and they're thinking, hey, this might be a great idea, but I don't know what I know. I don't know how to figure out what it is I can sell. Can you help them with that?
Absolutely. And that's a great question, because people say, well, how can I do it? Yes, actually, the fact is that we all have specialized knowledge. There is we're unique in the way that our experiences are unique to us. So we're going to appeal to certain people, and we're not going to appeal to certain other people. So the thing is that if you take first of all, the tools in the program help you extract. If you don't know what it is you're good at, there are tools in the program that help first that's the basis of it, extract the knowledge, to help you figure out what it is that that you can teach other people. And
once they do that, then they build out a course. Is this a course that they have to teach, or can it be a module course where it's all written, or how do the courses work?
Well, that's a good question. It could be also a workshop. It could be, everything's done on Zoom today. So, you could have a course where you have a whiteboard and you're explaining something to people on, on Zoom. And so that way it's not just a one-on-one, you can have one-to-many. And so once you have perfected your course, so to speak, you've done it a couple of times, once or twice, then yes, then you can just sell the course, because then you know that it's working. And so that can bring you residual income. And it's amazing when you do one course, you go, oh my God, you know what? I'm really good in gardening. I can write a course on gardening. I'm a master gardener. How come I never thought about that? Let me do this. And this is what happens to you. And even the other day I thought, I could teach a course on how to be fit at 75. Because I've lived that, and some people, don't know. If you're 65 and you want to live till you're 75, you may want that course,
Exactly. So that then the reason I'm asking this part is because I know that there are a lot of people as they get older, and younger people too, who aren't real comfortable standing in front of a camera, teaching things. Can you do these courses and have them on a screen and maybe just your voice or that sort of thing?
Absolutely. I mean, they have this PowerPoint, and I remember the first time they talked to me about PowerPoint, but once you learn how to do it, it's easy. That's the kind of thing that I'm there for, to help, so I have I just did a course last week where I had my slides. I'll tell you, I didn't even have to memorize anything. Everything was on the slide, and I was just clicking and basically reading, maybe adding some stuff. But, at 75, I want to make sure I get everything. So everything's on the slide, so it's not me on the video, it's a slide. And actually, you don't ever need to be on the video if you don't want to, if you don't want to, you don't have to. And of course, if you do a podcast, you don't ever need to be on video, because that's why they're so popular, right? People go, I don't want to be on video.
That's it, exactly.
But I actually teach a course on, what to do on video and take them step by step through it.
Well, there you go. That would be a good place to start.
Absolutely. So I created these courses along the way, because these are the things the questions that you're asking are real questions, because they're questions that people have. It's like, oh, I don't want to do video. So, how can I not do that?
So the next thing that comes to my mind is I've created this course. I've either recorded it or, videoed it. I've done whatever. How do I know what price to put on it? And how do I know how to sell it?
That's another great question, because part of the program, there is part of the program that is marketing. And it teaches you, it teaches you about prices. So we deal with that in the course. And not only that, and we show you why you need to price it at a certain amount. And very often we suggest that your first few courses may be free. Because why? Because you want to do maybe a couple of free, at least the first course be free, so that you can have these individuals give you testimonials,
Right.
And so until you perfect that course, then you have these testimonials. Because I've learned so much. I mean, this is part of marketing, the testimonial. How do you get a testimonial? It's like the poor kid out of college who has this great degree and is looking for the job and doesn't have any experience. Well, you need to start a job to have an experience. Well, you have to start a course. You have to get testimonials. I know all that. No, I didn't know that stuff before.
I guess another reason for offering courses for free would be so people get to know you and they trust you a little bit, and they're willing to pay you then, because you've got some credibility. Exactly.
Because we know also, or I've learned, that it's not what they buy, it's really who they buy from, because
exactly.
It's still hard for me to understand that you could sell them a lemon just because they know you, but but that's what they say.
So if people wanted to talk with you about this and find out more about it, where's the best place for them to go? I know you've got a web, not a website, you've got a Facebook group, but there must be other.
Yes, but the best way to communicate with me would be through my email.
Okay.
And it would be Lucie, Lucie, at LucieRosaStagi, all one word, .com.
Okay, I'll make sure that goes into the show notes and is available for everybody.
So that would be Lucie at LucieRosaStagi.com.
Perfect.
And I was so happy when I even learned how to do that. But everything's a little ladder, the rung of the ladder. You know, you just keep going up little steps at a time, and you know, for me, I wasn't born in the matrix, so every step is kind of like, yeah, you know?
Exactly. That's it. And you feel good. I mean, it's an accomplishment each step of the way. And as you say, the people who are starting this might not have any experience at all. And
absolutely, I know
every step is a big step.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. So
you mentioned you're living in Mexico in a little place, and I guess there's lots of expats, so a good boomer kind of population. Do you talk with them? Not right now, I suppose, because of COVID, but are there places you can gather and teach people this sort of thing in person?
Well, you know, I don't do this because of it. Now we're talking about almost over a year ago. So I've just been really very active in my business about a year, and COVID has allowed me to really kind of work at it, you know, and learn so much more than I would have had I been out playing tennis and eating dinner with my friends and stuff, you know. So I mean, I want to get to the point where, you know, I do this maybe 2 hours a day and the rest of the time not, and then take 3 months off like I used to. And, you know, I mean, I'm not a workaholic. I never have been. But, you know, I know how to get where I want to go now. So, no, I guess I could easily, but I have to say that most of the expats here, they're very active. They travel a lot,
right?
So and you know, they're not lacking for money, most of them. But if there was somebody who was looking to make more money, I certainly could help them. But I meet mostly people online.
Right. That's kind of what I figured, that it would be an online business. So teaching online is probably the easiest way to do it.
And I was always kind of afraid because I thought, oh my God, you know, it's like the mother who's over careful, don't talk to strangers, you know. I always thought, oh God, you know, what's going to happen to me if I make all these talking to people online, you know, will people take advantage of me? It's not that way at all. I mean, if you're guided in the right way, I've met you. I mean, wonderful people. You know, you get awesome people that you meet, and people just like you who are doing the same kind of thing, you know.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, if you look for the right kind of people will find you, and absolutely, you will find them. And it just takes a little bit of what I hope would be common sense, yes, not to get taken in by people who are, you know, kind of out to get someone or out to make a buck.
Oh, and believe me, they're out there. Believe me, they're out there. And you do need to know when I can spot them now. You know, it's unbelievable. Yes.
So, Lucie, is there anything you'd like to say to the listeners? Anything in general or anything specific about your course or your program?
Well, first of all, I want to encourage people who are retiring that, you know, you remember you just retired from a job. You didn't retire your mind. You know, I do this because I want to travel more. I want to give more to my family. And so my big why is I want to give back, and I certainly want to travel more. So not only travel more, but I only like to travel first class. So I knew that I needed a little extra in the bank to do that. And so and then once you get into this, it's like, since you're doing something you like, it's not like, it doesn't feel like work to me. It feels like, oh, I'm excited, every day, which wasn't the case always with teaching, so once you get, so you can imagine that if you're working on something that you love to do, if you're into cooking, or maybe you're really good with relationships. If you've been with your husband for 35 years, you're good with relationships. People want to know how you did that. You could write a course on that, because you've been through the trials and errors, and how to get over the difficult times. So, here's the biggest thing for me. We all have specialized knowledge and experience that we have, and we shouldn't go to the grave with it. It's a talent. We owe it to pass it on to somebody, because somebody can use it. And not only that, but you can monetize wisdom at the same time. So why wouldn't you do that? Even if you want it just for a pastime, instead of watching Netflix all day long.
And the nice thing about this kind of business is that you can do it from anywhere. So if you do love traveling, you can travel, you can flip on your computer once in a while, and
exactly.
Everything goes.
Everything goes. And that's what, yes. And that's, I had the realization the other day, there's a difference between online business and a virtual office,
Yep.
And I just had that light bulb moment that came on. It's like, not all virtual offices are online businesses.
No, you can be tied to that virtual office just like you can a real one.
Absolutely. So if anybody wanted to even investigate, I'd have a call. I'd love to do a discovery call, I call it. Let's see if it's a fit for you, and we go from there. It may be a fit. If it's a fit, then great. I walk you through the whole process, and if it's not, then that's fine too. Then you know what you don't want.
Exactly. Perfect. Well, thanks very much, Lucie. I will make sure that your email address, lucie@lucierosastagi.com, is available for everybody. And I'm sure you'll get some people who are interested.
Well, thank you so very much, Jackie. It's a delight to be here with you. I love your smile. You're always full of energy. And so we'll talk soon. Thank you. And thank you to your listeners also.
Have a great day.
Okay.